All right, then let me get a couple of my Tomahawk handles wrapped up the way I want them to. I really like running just a little bit of an inner tube, a stretched inner tube band on the handle area of my Tomahawks. Now, these are my utility Tomahawks that I actually use, usually for light duty work around the farm and ranch. Ripping twine off of bales, chopping ice. With these spiked models, they're my favorite winter models, everyday carry. Cleaning out door tracks, chopping open water fountains, water tanks, anything like that. Breaking through ice. Some small firewood processing, maybe, stuff like that. Kind of a useful tool for carrying small firewood logs while I'm out splitting. I'll demonstrate that some other day in the wood yard. Let's put a little bit of wrap on this little trail hawk that I've got. I'll show you how this is done, okay? Now I've got my large bundle of paracord here, and it's hanked. The way that you hank paracord is you figure eight like that, and you wrap it up using your thumb and pinky, and then you end up with a nice bundle of paracord, and it unravels all by itself without getting all tangled up. So I just throw that on the floor. See how it just unravels like that? Maybe I'll do a separate video on that someday, okay? There, I just throw that way out on the floor. I don't measure. I don't have to cut. I don't have to pre-cut a certain length of paracord. That's my Tomahawk head right there. There's my Tomahawk head. A little piece of tail starting out at the top. All we do is we make a loop. Down in my playlist, you can find other YouTubers that did an instructional on how to do this. So let's say that's about how far I want to go. So that's how far I'm going to make my loop. I'm going to leave enough of a tail sticking out the top. A very common way to wrap. Just kind of a fancy tensioner knot here like that, okay? Really easy to do. Once you see it, you get the hang of it. Hey, be careful with this stuff there. There's that sharp cutting edge, you know, don't slip and cut yourself. All right? We know how to not do that. I'm sure most of us, all right? So that's about how far I'm going to go right there. And now I'm just going to start my wrap at the top. Get one wrap over that handle. Get some tension on it. Okay, I got a grip on it with my left thumb there. And I'm going to get my first wrap made. Okay. Get some good tension on there. Get another wrap made. So I got two wraps now. And get some tension on there. I'll pry against the bit there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start rotating my Tomahawk and wind that up. No problem. Get that adjusted a little bit there. And now I'll just start winding. Going to be easy to do with this little. The trail hawk does not have a long blade on it, so it's going to miss my. It's going to miss my hand. See how I'm just winding it all in there. And look how I'll pry with my hand right there, get that really, really tight. You can almost get these too tight. You know, I'll need a pliers to actually set that knot in there. So you see what's going on there? Just like that. I'm winding. Just winding it up. And all of my paracord that's on the ground, it's just going to feed the amount that I want. Only the amount I need. When I get where I want to be, I will simply cut my paracord at that time. Thus, I do not have to do any measuring. Brilliant, right? Hey, finally I've done something. I've done this that nobody else on YouTube has done yet. I'm sure somebody else out there thought of that idea. So here we are. I'm just keep on winding. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. Could probably even do this with a knife handle. I think the old D17 might get a little bit of paracord wrap inside of that D-ring handle. The D-guard handle of my D17 might get wrapped like this, you know, because I'd be able to do that inside of that D-guard without taking it apart. All right, so I'm going to pause out, save you guys precious minutes here on this video. I don't like making videos too long. You know exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to wind all the way down to here. When we get there, I'll show you what to do when we get there. And I'm there. I'm going to make my cut about right there. That's about all the tail that I need. Probably won't even get it to feed through those coils that far even. That's all that I need right there. It's probably only going to go up about that far. That's probably all we're going to get. So I'm going to make my cut right there and then burn it and weld it. Cold steel Voyager Vaquero, of course. Okay, I'm going to burn that with, get that burned with my lighter. Just weld that paracord back together there on the end and it won't fray and come undone and be a complete disaster. There. Piece of my kindling there. There we are. And you can see my Kimberly wood stove cooking away there in the background, right? Right over there. All right. Back to Tomahawk handle wrapping, right? Okay. There's that loop that we had down at the bottom of the handle. I'm just going to feed right through there. I hope. There, I got it. Finally. About time, huh? About time. Okay. Cinch that up. And now I'm going to have to get a needle nose pliers because the wraps that I do are that tight and it's that much friction. Get that Voyager out of the way. I don't need that thing attacking my hand for no reason. Gotta find my needle nose pliers and we'll get this done. Okay. Okay, we got it started in there. We have it started in there. So I'm going to keep on going here. Just like that. So that's how we get that done. And that gets tightened up. I'll just cut it and burn it there. Cut it and burn it right there. Done deal. That's how you do it. Get a wrap on that pliers there and do a little bit more tension on there. Try and work that in there just a little bit farther. I think I slipped it one more coil in there. And yeah, you could get it in a vise and maybe get that worked in there a little bit farther. That's going to be good enough for this Tomahawk. This is really going to be light duty. This is a really light duty Tomahawk. So there you have it. Now by winding some paracord onto the needle nose pliers and then going on the top like that, I made an incredibly forcible amount of leverage, okay, to pull that paracord up in there like that. Makes sense? But I definitely have that tight enough now. I'm pretty happy with that. So all I will do now is cut it right there and cut it and burn it right there. I'm not even going to make a jam knot. It won't be necessary. So there we are, paracord wrap on the Cold Steel Trailhawk. And we're ready for a little bit of inner tube rubber on the handle area to give me a better grip. And I'll show how to do that in a second. And there we are. That's my last tail to burn right there. Just like that. There we go. Done deal. Get an inner tube wrap on that part of the handle there, shall we? Okay, a little bit of inner tube wrap on this handle. Just like that. Okay, I'll show you the finished product there. Okay, there we have it. Hopefully the camera work was good enough for you to understand exactly how that, especially the paracord wrap. Basically, that's a Ranger band. It's a cart inner tube, and I can't do really good camera work in this environment here. So you basically just figure eight that piece of inner tube. And you could do whatever you wanted to there too. You could go as thick and as many layers as you wanted to. That's really all I want for a Tomahawk. That's just perfect for me. If you ever watched any of my sword videos, you'll see my gross messer. I have wrapped like this, just a couple of bands there on that nice wooden handle, and just gives me just the perfect control over these tomahawks like this, and quite often my swords when the situation calls for it. Should have done this a long time ago. It's one of my favorite tomahawks. I do use it a little bit. My spike hawk and my trench hawks are my favorite hawks that I use in the wintertime. I got to get out there and do some throwing videos here pretty soon. All right, that's going to be a wrap for this video, pun intended, haha. So there you have it. I hope that was helpful to you. I hope this was not a a worthless video, as one of my trolls told me about my chainsaw starting video that I just did. But hey, there we are. Something valuable to you now. Tomahawks for tomorrow's alien invasion, right? I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay. I'm Dead Wolf. I'm out. Till the next one. Take care, everyone.